team in a qualification session in which just 2.25 seconds separates the complete field of 21 riders. Rossi, however, off pole position, is the man who grabs the advantage. Ahead of the men who qualified alongside him, Carlos Checa, Max Biaggi and Toru Okawa, an all four-stroke front row here at Le Mans. And it's those four heavyweights who are breaking away at the front, under the Dunlop Bridge and down the hill. A brilliant qualifying session for KR Proton's Jeremy McWilliams, a brilliant sixth in the final qualifying session around this Bugatti circuit. Carlos Checa taking a look underneath his teammate at Marlboro Yamaha, Max Biaggi. And this is the view that Checa has of the Roman Emperor. Rossi at the front. The weather distinctly duller than the bright and breezy conditions that we enjoyed during qualifying sessions here. Olivier Jacques on the Gauloise Tech 3 Yamaha missed this race through injury last year, but is well and truly back in action here. But Gary McCoy finally giving up with his problematical recovery from breaking his leg in February, has handed over that Red Bull Yamaha to Jean-Michel Bayle. Toru Okawa once again tailing his teammate Alex Barros way down in 13th place ahead of Tetsuya Harada, who just lost out in a hard-fought 2001 250 Grand Prix here at Le Mans to Kato. Max Biaggi, the winner here last year, challenging hard in third place. But the Marlboro Yamahas begin to struggle, can't quite hold the pace of those Repsol Hondas at the front. Now a private battle going on between Biaggi and Checa for the final rostrum position. Ooh, as despite a nasty twitch, Toru Okawa hangs on to Valentino Rossi, but we lose one of the Yamahas. Carlos Checa can't believe it. Crasher Checa, as he used to unkindly be known, shakes his head as he marches away from the Yamaha, having lost the front end and planted it onto the grass. But here comes, and on board with Valentino Rossi. Rossi, is he in trouble? Rossi suddenly slows up, Biaggi goes through, Okawa goes through. And there's a little bit of light rain falling here at Le Mans. The weather conditions had looked not especially kind, perhaps that's why Carlos Checa went down. But Max Biaggi, no problem for him, he just pushes his way through to the front, and Yamaha leads for the first time in a MotoGP with the FZR M1 four-stroke. Here comes Rossi. No, decides to give better to Okawa. But of course, if the rain should really start to fall, that would present real problems. Again, a quick look over his shoulder there to sum up the situation. And Valentino Rossi finds that there's no one visible behind him at all, because the front three have broken well clear of the two-stroke battle involving Norick Abe, Nobby Aoki, Loris Capirossi and the four-stroke Suzuki of Kenny Roberts. Biaggi, the winner here last year, as Harada pulls out. And the man who finished second in the 250 Grand Prix here, first goes out into the gravel trap, really making a mess of things. Oh, and then having a collision right in front of Olivier Jacques, who just about manages to squeeze his way through and keep himself on the... No, he doesn't. He's onto the grass and suffering. But Harada is already touring and waves an apologetic hand as a distraught Olivier Jacques has to pull out. And Dairo Kato, the man who won that 250 Grand Prix here in 2001, also crashes out. And that was the calamitous end result for Kato. And a superb photograph of himself, a self-portrait of a man crashing. At the front, Toru Okawa has got back into the lead. And Max Biaggi loses second place to his bitter rival Valentino Rossi. And Norick Abe has made progress. Abe, a tremendous ride. Jerry Burgess looking worried. Valentino Rossi still chasing Okawa. A familiar position for him to be in this year. On board with Toru Okawa. Norick Abe. The 26-year-old Japanese star on the Antona 3 Dantin Yamaha, having a tremendous race here. He's actually pretty close into this leading trio now. He's closed the gap on them. And Biaggi wants to be careful as he loses ground on the Hondas. It could just be that another Yamaha, a two-stroke Yamaha, might take advantage as Valentino Rossi takes advantage of Toru Okawa and moves through into the lead. Things are getting quite damp out there now. 21 laps out of 28. The weather is looking very, very unkind. This race scheduled to go 28 laps, of course. Kenny Roberts in 5th place. Aoki on the Proton KR is in 6th. 7th, Loris Capirossi ahead of his teammate Alex Barros. And the rain really beginning to come down. The RS3 Aprilia is just behind the West Pons Hondas. This is an astute move, of course, by Valentino Rossi. Should the race get foreshortened, then the results will get taken back a lap or two. So he's taken the lead, probably just to make sure that he's the man who's credited with the race win, should that happen. Rossi leads, Okawa second, Biaggi third, Norik Abe a spectacular fourth. And there goes the hand. Valentino Rossi raises his left hand to say, this is no good, fellas, we've got to stop. The rain's getting too heavy. And he will indeed be credited with victory. They'll take it back one lap. Rossi took the lead just in time to take the win.